just been teaching you. Authenticity is the mother of motherhood, the mother of all heaven. And your authenticity is up here. Now, for your authenticity, to make sure that your self-belief is thriving, I've always taught you guys, authenticity gives back to self-belief. So in order for your authenticity, there was an angle. Yes, this is the angle. In order for your authenticity, in order for your authenticity to feed your self-belief, it has to feed it the left boob. What does that mean? As I'm talking about this, please listen to me and put this into practice. Your authenticity, which is the way your body acts, is always supposed to empower your self-belief by feeding it your left breast. Your left breast is your intuition. Mimidi, thank you very much. Your left breast is your intuition. Omera, stop feeding your self-belief your right boobs. Do you know what it means to feed your self-belief your right boobs? Is to feed it memories, trauma. If you are somebody who every time you want to pump your self-belief, you think about a memory that, oh, I'm being called to go give a speech. But the last time I gave a speech, everybody laughed at me. You are feeding it your right breast. Are we together with somebody up to that particular point? This one I want to move slowly so that you know what I'm talking about. Your authenticity is the way your body behaves as set. Now, in order for you to empower a set, you don't need to feed your self-belief your right breast, your memories. Memories that come from your feelings that come from your memories. Feelings that come from your memories. Feelings that come from your memories. Do not feed it to your self-belief. As a woman, we are speaking about the woman of Africa. The woman of Africa. You see her? In order for the woman of Africa to empower the man of Africa, in order for authenticity to empower self-belief, never feed your self-belief memories. Instead, feed your self-belief intuition. Women, this is how you create. For example, you're told that, hey, we need you to go give a speech. But you remember that when you were 18 years old, you tried to give a speech and everybody laughed at you because you did not know English very well. When you're preparing, you're not supposed to think about that even. Your right breast represents memory of your timeline, and master this because a lot more is coming after this. The memories of your timeline are stored in your feelings on your right breast. The memories of your ancestor, of your lineage, of your entire infinite existence are stored on your left breast, your intuition. So anytime you're feeding your self-belief, do not feed your self-belief memories from your timeline. They are limited. They are limited. Most of the time somebody wants to start a business and then somebody comes and tells them, oh, so and so started the same business and they failed. They're feeding you memories from their right. Anytime you want to do something and then your mom tells you, you remember so and so did that, feeding you memories from your right place. If you ever want to feed your self-belief in a way that petrol carries you, feed it your left breast. And your left breast has memories of your entire lineage. Right breast has memory of your timeline. If you are 18 years old, your breast has memory what 18 years old. If you are 25 years old, your right breast has memory what 25 years old. Now your left breast is different. It is the one that is built right next to the heart. It has memories of your entire bloodline. Everyone that came before you is here. So anytime you want to feed your self-belief, anytime your authenticity wants to feed your self-belief, give it the right, the left. Yawa, is somebody listening? Because this is going deeper even into the man and how you live your life on a daily basis, and I'm going to get into it. Up to that particular point, are we together, please? Up to that particular point, are we together? Kindly kindly, I'm going to repeat. When you're feeding your self-belief memories, do not feed your self-belief memories from your timeline. Feed your self-belief memories from your lineage. So somebody might have not done it before. Maybe somebody might have done it and failed. You are not that particular person. Maybe you did it when you were 2 years old and you failed. You are not 2 years old anymore. So this is the reason why our ancestors left such images. Very important images. Very simple but very important images. Simple but very important images. The white man came into Africa and saw that these images were useless. They could not read them. And now I'm here to tell you, it doesn't end with Heru. It does not end with Heru only. When you go deeper, you find that even women that date men, and today if you're a woman that dates a man, please listen to me very carefully. This is still a set, but now she's wearing the headdress of her Thor. This is now her set, but she's wearing the headdress of her Thor, meaning she's a woman dealing with a grown man. Now when you're a woman dealing with a grown man, the same concept applies. Never feed your man your right breast. Never feed your man your right breast, unless you want to lose that man. I always tell you, women are higher vibrational beings. Now what do I mean? What is the scenario of feeding your man the right breast and the left breast? Listen. You have a man, okay? You have a man. And every time that man steps outside the house, you're thinking, oh, he's with another woman. Oh, he's probably cheating on me the way my pastor cheated on me, or the way my dad cheated on my mom. He's probably, everything you project on a man, he's going to become. Everything, as a woman, know the power of Maat, the power of ovary. Everything you project on a man, he is going to become. You make the man create. So as a woman, if you keep feeding the man your right breast, every time he's away, you're telling him, hey, he probably hates me, he's disrespecting me. Even if that man was a man that loved you and was very respectful of you, he will start gradually disrespecting you. He will start gradually cheating on you. He will start gradually doing the things that you are letting him do. And anytime you fetch feelings from your right breast, you are fetching feelings from fear. Every time you fetch feelings from your right breast, you're fetching feelings from fear. What do you want to do? Turn and give your man the left breast. And this is what the women call delulu is the solulu. Delulu. You have to delusionally feed your man your right breast. How? You want that man to buy you a car. That is what you're going to think all the time. Hey, he's probably somewhere buying me a car. He's probably somewhere buying me a car. He will buy you the car. It might sound stupid to people who are not spiritually deep, but I'm telling you that for free. If you want to have a thriving man, you must feed that man your left breast as a woman. Anytime you turn to feed the man your right breast, you are making him into a villain. And that is what the women of our timeline are doing. It is a spiritual setup. A lot of women of our timeline, the moment they get a man, they already collect from the memories of our timeline. Men are cheaters, men are the worst, men are dogs, men are trash, men are blah. The moment you keep thinking about your man with that regard, they become. You are molding that particular person. It is the women that make the pharaohs. It is the women that make the pharaohs. So if you're a woman, and I don't care whether the man is yours or not, because now we are in the world where competition, survival becomes for the fittest. Maybe the man is not even yours, because me, I'm not here for Christianity. I'm here for the drama. I'm here for creation. So perhaps you are a woman who the man is not yours, but you want the man. The man has 7 days that can build you your own empire, but he has another woman. Now you can start feeding that man your left breast. And let the one with the strongest left breast win. Are we together? Let the one with the strongest left breast win. The one that will feed the man the left breast is the one that is going to win. Whether that one is the prostitute, whether that one is the side chick, whether that one is the one that, you know, it should not be having that man at all. Feed them your left breast, you win. Are we together, guys? Yeah, somebody's telling me this, unafunza watu kunyang'anyana mabwana, watu wenye wajui kuweka mabwana wanyang'anywe. And it's in fact the ones who have very good men. See, the ones who have the lion types of men, the men that wake up every day for 7 days, they are working, and yet they have a woman feeding them the right breast all the time. Wewe, nyang'anya ye. Nyang'anya ye. Are we together, guys? From the beginning I told you, never come here thinking that I am going to be preaching to you like a pastor, encouraging you to be like Virgin Mary. We don't encourage people to be Virgin Mary here. We encourage people to create their own reality intention. Are we together up to that particular point? Are we together up to, yes, here we encourage prostitution. If you are gullible enough for a prostitute to take your man, I sue you. If you are gullible enough for a prostitute to take your man, I sue you. But me, I'm just teaching women who want to build their own lives. Because as a woman, you are supposed to be getting help from a masculine entity. We women, which woman wants to go build a town? Which woman wants to go on the road and start building a road? Those are work for men. Men are the ones who do the heavy lifting, the heavy lifting, the heavy lifting. So if you're a woman, you need a heavy lifter. Nyonyesha yeye matiti ya left. Nyonyesha mwanaume matiti ya left. Maji ya uvuguvugu, mtenge akaoge, mume hataki vurugu, anataka utulivu, mpake poda mumeo, usije mpaka jivu, raha ya penzi linoge, wala usiwe na wivu. Are you understanding the philosophy? Are you understanding the philosophy? That's the philosophy. Our ancestors left it behind. When our ancestors were leaving this information behind, they did not brand it there that please make sure prostitutes don't use it. No! As long as you're a woman, the more enlightened you are, the better. If you see a woman out there who has a man that can build your fortress and your empire, and that woman is not using that man to do that, take away the man and go use the man to do it. Men are taken every day because those are what men are. You take, somebody else take, somebody else take. So the ones who are capable of keeping, let them keep. Somebody saying all women are equal. Exactly, all women are equal, and this is why I always say, never underestimate a woman that is present with your man. Even if that woman did not go to school, they were at kindergarten left. And you went to school up to PhD. Never underestimate somebody who has an ovary. Because ovaries do not need education. A woman who did not go to school will take away your money in a jiffy. And they take men. Your house helps take men from you. Why? Because they feed them the left brain. That's how you control men. Feed them your intuition. Feed them your intuition. Feed them your intuition. And if thoughts about them come into your head that, oh, he's probably cheating, say, can never cheat on me. Can never cheat on me. Who am I again? Deny. Because the moment you start accepting, you're shifting. You're shifting. You're starting to feed the man your right breast. You will never win feeding the man your right breast. Are we together, guys? You're comprehending the philosophy because I'm bringing more. You mean physically feeding? No, you can feed them physically, but I'm talking about spirituality, guys. If you are my student, you know here we speak in dimensions. Somebody's asking, you feed them physically, both na collabo, na collabo, na collabo, na collabo. If a man is always just sucking on your right breast, you're gonna lose it, man. It's very spiritual. You're gonna lose it. You are going to lose it. And after speaking about that, yes, Nakolabo, after speaking about that, people who are, now this is for women who are now with men. If you are with a man and you want to keep that man toward Matitia, left ninja, remove your left breast outside and then get into this particular philosophy. You already have a man. This one is hard for those who already have a man. You already have your man. Now look at the hands of this man. This man is holding a weapon here on this other side. Now this is the left. Let me do it again. This side is the left. This side is the left, and then this side is the right. So you see, this is the woman and this is the man. So as a woman, you must always put your right hand is the intuition. Your thoughts, the thoughts that come from your intuition. You must always put them on the, your left hand, Let me start again. This is a woman, this is a man. These are the philosophies of Africans. A woman, this is your left hand, placed on the left stomach of the man. So when you are a woman and you have a man, your intuition should always help the man analyze himself. When you're a woman and you're a man, the universe is always communicating to you his issues. And especially if that man is entering you, he's entering your ovaries. He's entering your hathor. Then the universe will always speak to you about him. Will always tell you his things. Before that man goes into a meeting, you should go with that man into all his meetings. And always make sure that you are helping him analyze himself by placing your intuition on his self-analysis. Placing your intuition on his self-analysis. Always, any woman that works with a man and they call it their man, and their left hand is not touching the self-analysis of that man, you are doing zero work, and soon as possible a prostitute will take your place. If you have a man who doesn't allow you to put your left hand on his self-analysis, then no, there's another woman who's already doing it. You are not the only one. And as you look at his left hand, your intuition should help him with his self-analysis. And then your memories, your thoughts, the thoughts of your memories should always help him to take action, should always be guiding him in order to either take action or not. So you, in the life of a man, you are supposed to be helping him. Your intuition is supposed to be helping him analyze himself. And then your memories, the thoughts from your memories are supposed to be helping him, telling him, go ahead, hold on. Go ahead, hold on, when it comes to him taking action. That's the only job a woman is supposed to be doing in the life of a woman. The moment you do these works, that man will be successful as fuck. If you guys are harmoniously tied. Are we together? If you know this particular information, you will never stress about another woman taking your man. If a woman comes wanting to take your man, then tell him or tell her, let's get into the wrestling. Let's see who is more strong. Because men can be taken. Men are like things that you pick along the way. Or any man can be, never say that, oh, my man cannot be, any man can be taken by a woman who is spiritually mature than me. But now you can mark your own territory using the spiritual information. You can mark your own territory using this particular spiritual information. feed your man your left breast. After your authenticity has learned to feed your self-belief. This is how you become a spiritual practitioner. By allowing your authenticity to always feed your self-belief. By allowing a set to always feed Heru. Left breast. There's a reason why our ancestors sat down and they said, let's record it to them accurately as possible. If they were just doing anything, they would have done it on the right. They would have shown us feeding the right, but no, it's always the left breast, it's always the left hand touching whatever. Are we together? Can one feed more than? Yes, you can feed as many men as you want. That's what I will tell you. As long as you are at peace. Don't bite more than you can chew. Is this helpful, my people? My South African people who I know are frowning in the comment section. Is it helpful? Because I know I scolded you today. Is this helpful? It is for everybody. Whether you're South African or Nigerian. Me, I love you, all of you, but we will have to rub shoulders as we go. We will have to rub shoulders as we go. So that my women who are in my group, women who are in my team, I don't want to hear you talking about my man was taken away, my man was snatched away. What I want to hear is I snatched a man. I took something, I saw something that I liked and then I took it. Left from your intuition, feelings from your intuition. And as a woman, feelings from your intuition are always self-empowering. Any woman that feels with their intuition, you're always feeling feelings of self-empowerment. Those are the ones. Yes, they are in trouble because we have to ride them. Our job was to ride them, and that is what we are here to do. And go try it, guys. To me, this thing works effortlessly. You go try it, and then you'll see just how many men. And don't just take any man now. Don't take all the rubbish. Take men that are worthy of your time. Can you get a man back? Yes, you can get a man back if you want. As long as, men, you don't work with men in desperation. You work with men in command. You command. The moment you are desperate, you've shifted, you're feeding them your right boots. They don't like it. Even as children, they don't like it. So the moment you're desperate, you're feeding them your right boots. Meaning you're coming from a traumatized place, you're begging, you're becoming a beggar. But when you feed them from your right, from your left, Malisa Fichito, ayo we Malisa Fichito we sweet one, Malisa Fichito. Are we together up to that particular point, guys? Because I want to move to the next topic, which is why reading of synchronicities is essential in decision making, especially after the age of 24. My first present, I love it here. Welcome again and again. Why is reading of synchronicities essential in decision making, especially at the age of 24? We spiritualists are always telling you, observe the synchronicities. Observe the synchronicities. Observe the synchronicities. Why? Why is it important for you to observe synchronicities? Now listen to me and listen to me very good today. You observing synchronicities is there to help you in decision making. From ages 1 all the way to ages 24, that is the only time that new things happen in your life. I'll repeat. From age 1 up to the age 24, that is the only time new things happen in your life. After 24 years of age, nothing new will ever happen in your life. Everything will depend on how much you memorize the synchronicity. Now, what do I mean? So, guys, listen. From age 1 to age 24, if you are somebody you are watching me here and you've not yet hit 24, or if you're somebody you're watching me and you've already hit the age of 24, let me leave. Me, I will just be panguzaing these things in front of you guys because, better late than never. So you will just excuse me because I'd never nipanguze because I know how disgusting this thing is. Even when I see it on other people, I feel very disgusted, so. Pardon-moi. Ça m'est ami. Anyway, yeah, I drink water, but the type of lip gloss that I use today, it's one of those. It's one of those. It's different types of lip gloss. So, from ages 1 all the way to ages 24, there are certain people that come into your life. And listen to this, guys. From ages 1 up to ages 24, and let me not even skip to 24 yet. From age 1 to 12, your ancestors, the people in your life, those are your infinite ancestors. You will never not meet them again. But you will meet those same people in different bodies. And this is why you must always observe synchronicities. When you are growing up, there are certain people, up to the age of 24, there are certain people in your life. Maybe your neighbor, they looked a certain way. Maybe your brother, they looked a certain way. Your friends, the people you used to go to school with. Notice how they looked. Because after the age of 25, those people are going to start coming back in your life again, but as different people. Some people are not going to get this, but the people who are going to get it are going to get it. And I'm going to give you an example. Maybe when you were growing up, you used to have a particular neighbor who looked a certain way. And then one day, after the age of 24, you meet somebody that looks exactly like that neighbor the one that you used to see growing up. And then you are somebody who you notice synchronicities. You keep records of synchronicity. So when you see these people in future, it is not the same person, but the impact that they're going to have in your life is the same as the one that you had as your neighbor back then. So if you can remember the relationship that you had with that neighbor back then you're going to see, you're going to know what this particular person is, the impact they're going to have in you. People repeat. Your life is just you and your ancestors. Your life is just you and your ancestors, and they keep coming back and shifting according to the life you're choosing. So mark faces, mark accents, mark heights, mark facial expressions that you record, because they're going to help you make decisions in future. So maybe when you are growing up, you used to have a neighbor, a particular neighbor, that you did not pay much attention to, but you noticed they were there. And then one day, you get a job interview in a company, and you meet somebody that looks exactly like that neighbor. In fact, when you meet them in future, they look the same. Even if they are not the same, you compare their pictures, they will look very different. But in your memory, they look the same. And then that neighbor that you used to grow up with, they used to butcher you. They used to butcher your family. They were terrible people. When you meet them in that job interview, that is the universe telling you, my friends, not a safe space. We're about to repeat a cycle. Get out. Or it can be positive. You used to have a neighbor who used to be very inspirational to you, who used to be very inspired. And then one day you meet somebody with the same facial features, with the same, it's almost like them. And then you meet them at a place where you don't know whether you should go enter that place or not. And then you meet them at the gate. That is your ancestors telling you, voila, it is safe. So guys, marking synchronicities help you to make the right decision, because life is all about betting, and your ancestors know. Your ancestors know that life is always about betting, making decisions. And so they give you synchronicities so that in times when you need to make decisions quick, then you remember, oh, I have a relationship with the color yellow. Oh, I have a relationship with the number 555, and this one is this is number 555, I need to choose. This is ticket number 555. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Some people keep record of synchronicity as if we are doing an exam that God is coming to mark. No, the synchronicities, you're just supposed to familiarize with them and hold on to them as pattern recognition technique. Exactly. The ancestors, they give linkages to those who are willing. And they will, some people, they move through life very fast. There are certain people who, they're 18. At 23, they already have their own company. At 27, they already have mansions everywhere in the world they're traveling. And then you wonder how? Synchronicities. They're more connected to their ancestors. So they shorten their decision-making time. Then there is you, who you waste a lot of time. You don't even remember that neighbor that used to butcher you. You did not even record them because you don't care. And then you meet the same then again in a company. That is your ancestors telling you, dodge that timeline, don't enter. But you, because you don't remember, you enter into that company. And then they butcher you again to repeat the cycle, to wake you up. And then maybe by the time you're waking up, you're 30. You've wasted 7 years going through a door that you would have avoided if you would have kept record of your synchronicities. Synchronicities don't lie. Synchronicities don't lie. We are all your ancestors. I'm sure even some of you here, when you listen to me, I take you somewhere. Some people, when they look at me, they're like, oh, you look familiar, you look familiar. I don't look familiar. I look like your ancestors. I'm close to your consciousness. I'm close to your essence. Some people tell me, oh, your voice sounds very familiar. My voice does not sound familiar. It sounds familiar to your ancestors. Your ancestors are constantly communicating to you, telling you this one, bro, this one, move like this. And imagine people who are not connected to their ancestors. Imagine how difficult life is for them. Imagine how difficult life is for them because they don't know. They don't know that sometimes when you're going to do your hair, just you having a relationship with the color purple, and then the salonists come, oh, do you want to do color purple or color white? And because you're somebody who you stay connected to your synchronicities, you're like, oh, purple is always my color. Ta-da. On that day morning, you met a purple cat, and then you're going, and then there are 2 vehicles. One of them is purple and one of them is green. You don't know how. You don't want to decide, you're deciding which one should I enter? And Kume, that purple cat that you saw was just telling you, when you get there and you see a purple car and an orange car, enter into the purple car. Because if you enter into the orange car, you're going to get an accident and die. Synchronicity. Life is a game of betting. You bet. Every day, in every decision that you make, you bet. Because only one decision, it is usually one decision that changes somebody's life forever. And that decision is always reliant on how connected you are to your ancestors. Without that ancestral connection, you're losing the gamble. Exactly, life is a gamble. Live it like that. Some people, you live life, you think that there are people who have marking schemes. Nobody has a marking scheme. It is ancestors and us. We are people in the company by ancestors. Everybody, including Akina Donald Trump, Elon Musk, everyone, even the Putin, when you go to China, everyone is relying on the synchronicities of their ancestors. So if you want to rise to the top of the pyramid, then you don't have to people please. You don't have to beg anybody. You don't have to open your legs where you don't want to open your legs. The only thing you need to do is get into communication with your ancestors. Those are the best bet you got. Nobody else, and nobody has access to your inner CCTV system. That is how safe we are, and especially if you are a woman. Nobody has access to how your ancestors are communicating to you. Even the ones who are watching us through the TV, through the phones every time. The ones who are hacking into our lives by monitoring us through the cameras, they cannot access the communication you have with your ancestors. Internal GPS, exactly. And in this life, there is nobody else but you and your ancestors. Even right now, you are seated maybe somewhere in your kitchen watching me, and you think that we exist with you. No, I am just part of your ancestry. You are alone. You are alone here. I am alone here talking to a bunch of you, 209 of you, all ancestral. It's just you and your ancestors, you and your ancestors, you and your ancestors, showing themselves in your life differently. And when you reach the age of 24, it is now familiarity until you die. You've completed a whole cycle of 24,000 years. It's now familiarity until you die. By the time you are reaching the age of 24, the people that you're going to meet, even your lovers, they're going to have qualities that the people you interacted with within your first 24 years of age had. And that's how you know which ones are good for you and which ones are terrible. Somebody's scared to me. Don't be scared. At 24 is when you receive your freedom. Before you reach the age of before you reach the age of 24, please stop making me stutter. Before you reach the age of 24, you're still in Egypt. You are a slave. To who? To your blood, to your father and your mother's bloodline, to your father's and your mother's identity, to your father and your mother's essence. You're still a slave. But by the time you are reaching 24 years of age, now the universe tells you you are now born. You can go access your own space in the great circle of life. Even if that space is contrary to that of your parent, even if that space is contrary to that of your relatives and that of the people that guarded you or were your guardians as you were growing up. Everyone you meet in your life is your ancestry, or only those that everyone, even the ones that you don't talk to, everyone you meet, you have no business meeting anything that has no business being in your environment. Remember, we have 8 billion people in the world. Have you ever wondered what is the mathematics that is being used? So much that these are the ones that are around me, these are the ones that are around that person, these are the ones. Nobody will be around you if they have nothing to do with your bloodline. So watch everything around you. But pay more attention to the ones that you interact with. They will help you make decisions. You will reach places where you don't know what to do. You don't know which decision to make. You don't know whether, should I buy this or should I buy this? Should I go to this salon or should I go to this salon? Should I go to this work or should I go to this work? But then you will get there, and then you will see familiars will be there. Places that you're welcome, you will always find familiars. Familiars will always be there. Somebody will look like your aunt. Somebody will remind you of your cousin. Somebody will remind you of somebody you went to school with. There's always familiar. Those are the synchronicities you observe. And also observe the familiarity of the villains in your life, especially. People who are villains in your life, observe the familiarity with them because you're going to meet them again. You're going to meet other people dressed in other vessels, but with the same characteristics. Or you'll meet people dressed in the same vessels as your villain. When you see that, adjust proximity. And don't be somebody who is mouthy, you go rubbing shoulders with everyone, telling people that, you look like somebody who traumatized. No, just keep quiet. See it, recognize it, and then adjust proximity so that you're not surprised. Because if you ignore, you'll be surprised so much. This person will be driving and you have an accident and you're wondering, what happened? Kumbe, the universe already sent you somebody who looked like the same person that killed your dog. The universe has sent you the person who looked like the same person that killed your dog, and you still dared to trust. Synchronicities. Importance of synchronicity. Synchronicities are there to keep you familiar, to help you make decisions, in order for you to quantum jump, to help you make decisions in order for you to quantum jump. And your ancestors, they communicate in numerology, repetition. There's power in repetition. So know how you communicate with your ancestors. And guys, don't just take my word shallowly for it. When you're engaging in these things, develop a way. Who are your ancestors? How do you communicate with them? Because every ancestry has very special ways of communication. Somebody's already asking me, what does it mean? And I'm already saying these particular numbers record for synchronicity. And right now, I will not even encourage people to go asking other people to help them interpret. It's dangerous. It's becoming dangerous, guys. It's becoming dangerous. We're going to head into a timeline where you dream, and then because you don't understand the dream, you're going to ask somebody, the same person that you are being warned about in the dream is the person you're going to ask, please interpret for me. Please interpret for me, and your dream was there to warn you. Don't ever talk to this person. Omera, keep your things, and most of the time your ancestors, they communicate to you in languages that you can comprehend, and if you cannot comprehend it today, you will comprehend it tomorrow. Learn to wait. If your ancestors are communicating to you in a language you don't understand, for example, they are sending you 11, too much, write it down and say, ancestors, I've noted. I still don't know the meaning, but I'm noted. You're sending me 11. And soon before you know it, you know exactly why you're being sent 11. Ancestors, they speak different. My ancestors, the way they talk to me is not the way they talk to you. Trust. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry, because you will be outing yourself. You don't know the relationship I had with your ancestors. Some of you come asking me very intimate things. You don't know the relationship I had with your ancestors. Maybe maybe my ancestors were the ones who killed your ancestors. And then you're here trusting me anyhow. Trust nobody on this particular planet. Even when you're going to ask people about your things, don't just go stripping naked to spiritual practitioners. I'll tell you that for free, including myself, because guess what? Unless your ancestors told you to do it. Because we have sheep in wolf's clothing and wolves in sheep clothing on this planet. Surrender to your intuition, exactly. And these ones I'm telling you, you as my subscribers, that you don't know who is the enemy of your ancestors. Remember, your ancestors died at a particular point, and some of them were murdered. Nobody just dies. Some of them, the diseases they died with were caused by others, and those people, they gave birth to children too, and those children gave birth to children, and we are all here now. We are all here now, and the spiritual battles, they never end. Energy once created can never be destroyed. So as we are here today, know that the people that killed your ancestors are here. Their descendants are here just the way you are here. And also your ancestors killed certain people, and those descendants are here. You must give everybody a little bit of cider. Not everyone is on your side, my friend. Don't just go pouring yourself. And this is an African thing. Africans are the ones who pour themselves too much outside without precaution. Trust your own intuition, and don't just pour yourself anyway. I will tell you that for free. I'm a spiritual practitioner. I rely on clients, but I will always tell you the truth. Not all our ancestors were friends. Not all our ancestors were friends. And even when it comes to spiritual practitioners, and how you would know most of the time, never go to a spiritual practitioner who deep down you disrespect. Never go to a spiritual practitioner who deep down you don't trust. Never go to a spiritual practitioner who deep down you feel insecure about. Never go to a spiritual practitioner who deep down you gossip about. You're putting yourself in fire. Because as within, always so without. As within, always so without. And we are not all friends here. I will not lie to you. We are not always friends. People have different angles. People come from different dimensions. So don't walk around here as if everybody is your friend. Omera, you are the only one who is your friend. And that particular topic I'm done with. That topic of synchronicity. I've told you, once you reach the age of 24, nothing is ever new. And when something is new, by the time you reach after the age of 24, even the people who are coming into your life, if somebody is new, like their behavior is new, their authenticity is new, everything, all their 12 houses is new. Stand aside a little bit. Where are your binoculars? Because the reasons are that is an alien, that is a foreign entity within your consciousness. So after the age of 24, things are supposed to be repeating. The people you met, the people who are around you when you were a child, mostly those are the ones that are going to be repeating. People with the same visuals, same character, same behaviors. Those are the ones that are going to be repeating. Just to make you know yourself better, because the world is expansion. And one full circle is 24. Now after 24, the next circle is going to be bigger than 24. And then after that, after 24, that is 48. After 48, again, the next circle is going to be bigger. But it's the same circle, just expanding. Yes. So guys, it's 204, it's 2024, yes. 24 is where familiarity. It's where meeting new and familiarity begins. From 24 now, familiarity is going to begin. You're going to be repeating. It's going to be repetition. It's like revision. That's why you should, if you are not yet at the end of 2024, you should look forward to your 24th birthday. Because who doesn't want repetition? Imagine after 24, the syllabus is off. The syllabus ends at 24. Now after 24, now it's just repetition. You're repeating the places you failed. You know, the experiences you had at 13 years old, maybe you failed a little bit, they will come back so that you do again. You're just revising. And as you revise, you'll be expanding. Is that helpful, my people? Is that helpful? Yes. Don't be afraid of 24 years of age. Now, the last topic that I'm talking about today. This is just me teaching you how to, spiritual maintenance. This is just me teaching you spiritual maintenance. Now, the last topic I'm going to be teaching you is which plants should you have in your house? Because I know, guys, as long as you follow me, as long as you are invested in what I teach, you love plants. I know that. Even if you don't know it yet, you will love plants. Or you already do. But not all plants are life-giving to you. Some plants, you put them in your house and they become poison. You either kill it or it will kill you. So how do you choose which plants to have or which animals to keep? Mm-hmm. So first of all, what plants were around you when you were growing up? On this planet, I always say you are either Bantu or Nilotic. Nilotic people, you grow up around plants that can survive in the desert. And then Bantu people, you grow up around plants that are tropical. So as an individual, you must comprehend your own individual essence. And then have plants that collaborate with your own essence. Now, if you want to go outside that door and now start getting plants that are foreign to your childhood memory, plants that were not present in places where you were when you were growing up, then you must know the essence of that particular plant. Now, for example, today I'm going to give you maybe 2 examples of plants that are spiritually known. For example, if you are somebody who you struggle with protecting yourself, you've been a people pleaser for so long, you don't know how to protect yourself. What you want to do is get yourself a cactus. Cactus is the protector of the heart, even its fruit, and then it has thorns. Any plant that has thorns is protection oriented. So if you're somebody who you're struggling with self-protection, you don't know how to stand up for yourself, you're always being a doormat, and you don't know how to walk away from it, you don't have enough courage, get yourself plants that have thorns. Now, if you're somebody who you are a gossip machine, like myself, me, I'm a gossip machine. I love gossip. It's just that different type of. I don't gossip at certain level of gossip. I gossip according to frequency. So I love, especially global gossip. And even this life, I started with gossip. So if you're somebody who you love gossip, get yourself plants like the elephants here. That elephant, do you know the elephant here plant? That one is a divine feminine gossip, type of gossip. It brings gossip of divine feminine energy. It is a very powerful plant that has ears like the elephant. Just the way it is called. So have plants around your house that you know are bringing life to your essence and not taking it away. Now, how do you know that a plant is taking away essence from you and it is not bringing? When a plant is dying. When you put plants inside your house and a plant starts dying, know that you and that plant, you don't go together. Remove it and replace it with another plant. The beauty about plants is that they are not like human beings or like animals. They don't shed blood. So if a plant is dying in your house, please don't be that person who, I don't want it to die. If that plant is just telling you, my friend, we don't go together, or let me go, or I need to find another place to live, and let it go. Be somebody who you are not attached. Stay connected to all and attached to none. Another thing that is always happening when it comes to death, if animals like dying around you, some people, I have even clients who get worried when bees are always dying around them, grasshoppers are always dying around them, salamanders are always dying around them. When things are always coming to die around you, then know that everything that dies wants to rest in peace. Everything that dies wants to rest in peace. So even animals, insects, they look for peace to go die. Where there is peace is where they go die. So if an animal is coming to die around you, please give it peace. If you find a lot of bees dying around you, a lot of butterflies, always do the burial. Just do the burial in peace and know that that particular plant, that particular entity, they've come to leave their vessel, but the spirit that was inside that vessel is in you. It leaves the vessel inside your house in order to enter you, because that is your totem. So if you are somebody who the bees, they like dying around you, it's because they are coming there to offload their energy inside you to rest in peace, because you have cultivated an essence within yourself that is conducive for bees to rest in. So when they want to rest, animals, they know when they want to die. And like human beings, animals, they know. Human beings also know to some extent. But animals, they know when they're about to die. So when they're about to die, they look for a resting in peace place, where their vessel will be well taken care of, plus the spirit that was inside that vessel will also be well taken care of. So people who cry a lot, and especially if you're very spiritual, animals will always die around you. Don't think that it's a terrible thing. What about the aloe vera plant? What about it, Peshke? You want to know the function of the aloe vera plant? Aloe vera is very medicinal, and aloe vera it grows, I think, in all, both desert and both tropical places. There's such plants as well. The snake plant, if the plants that you have around you should always be contributing to your essence, and be somebody who is ready to experiment. Some people, they don't get plants because they don't know whether they will die around them or not. To experiment, just bring a plant home and give it time. If it dies, you guys are not friends. If it lives, then you guys are friends. Doesn't matter how much there are people who, you can take care of plants. You take care of plants. So plants thrive around you. And then there are people who, you just don't have that Bantu hands. You cannot take care of plants. So all plants die around you. If all plants die around you, just leave them alone. But if you're somebody who, plants live around you, the ones that die, you let them go. Are we together? And plants are very important. They are the ones that give you love unconditional. Guys, know that love is what everyone needs on this planet to thrive. That is oxygen. And plants, they give it to you for free. Plants are the people you don't have to ask, please love me, please love me, please love me, the way you ask your ex or somebody. Plants, they just love you, they just give you love for free, because love is oxygen, love is life-giving. Anytime you love someone, just know you're giving them oxygen, even if you think they don't need it. Even when you're walking around the street and you see somebody and you smile at them, know you've given them, even if they don't tell you. Yeah, so plants, they give us unconditional love. And it is unconditional love that we need to give. And when unconditional love is rampant in the world, things become very huge. For example, if you read in history, when oxygen was very plenty on the planet, meaning the green was very plenty on the planet, there were animals grew very big. Animals grew very big. But as love reduced, as oxygen reduced, as plantation reduced, as vegetation reduced, as greenery reduced, then people started to shrink. Things started to shrink. So places like South Africa, there's not so much love there. There's not so much love there, man. Even the type of the type of land, that the way they place their land, their Osiris is gone. Gone. But maybe they can plant it here. Eh? My South Africans, I love you very much, but you have to start speaking up. Because I know the majority of you, the silent majority, and South Africa is a Bantu land. So they have a lot of silent majority. Even if you're silent, please be silent with a rosary. Be silent with a rosary. Even if you're silent, be silent at the altar. You are allowed to be silent, but don't just be silent in infinity. Be silent, but at the rosary you're like, oh, you must succeed. No, don't be silent everywhere. I know you are Bantu land, you don't have a lot of Nilotic, so that is the reason why white people are proto-Nilotic groups. That's why they are very loud in South Africa. Those are Europeans are proto-Nilotic. A lot of them are proto-Nilotic familial groups. So white people being in South Africa is like, Nilots are there, but in another skin. And they are forcing you to give them love. And yet we are the Nilotics that you're supposed to be giving love, the ones that you built. Omera! Somebody's asking me another one. It's a rosary. It's just a normal rosary. With my beauty, you know. So guys, please kindly, that is what I have talked about today. Plants in the bedroom, very allowed. Please come. Let your authenticity guide you when it comes to your decoration and fashion. Trust your authenticity. Trust your authenticity when it comes to your decoration and fashion. Trust your authenticity when it comes to your decoration and fashion, because your authenticity is the mother of all. Motherhood is the queen of heaven. Omera means like you, all my brother. Omera means my brother. So kindly guys, that is all that I had for you guys today. Today I just wanted to give you a spiritual countdown, walking of some of the things that are mandatory in our day-to-day lives, so that we're reading oxygen breathing whenever it's typing. Okay, so I just wanted to give you these particular messages. Yes, powerful session. Thank you very much. And please, people who are from South Africa, kindly just do what you can do at your own individual level. Do what you can do at your own individual level. You don't have to go shouting at other South Africans to change, but you can start doing the change in prayer. You can start doing the change in spiritual work. You can start doing the change behind closed doors. Because literally it can't be that, the entire country that is in Africa is not getting along with any African country. It cannot be. So Pray South Africa so that you can start. There is planting. There are things that have been planted in your soils. There are things that the white man has planted in your natural resources that is making you guys have a crooked spiritual presence. Kindly, and the person you took to represent you, I want you guys to know that Miss Universe this year was very, very spiritual. Know that our ancestors are also with us. That Miss Universe that South Africans placed to go represented them at Miss Universe. Look at me even stuttering. Some of you South Africans are very spiritually strong, but with long belly. Now that girl, she's a representation of the spirituality in South Africa, the divine feminine energy in South Africa. The divine feminine energy in South Africa is death, and the divine feminine energy in South Africa is very fragile, cannot stand to compete to the end. The divine feminine energy in South Africa is highly albedo based. The divine feminine energy in South Africa has skin that is light skin in our land that is predominantly black people. And that is the reason why the white man can get away with saying things like, black South Africans do not belong to South Africa. They turned the maps upside down to make sure that you guys never know where you come from. And they are still driving that narrative. So please, my people, us, we can only pray for you from here, from Kenya, from our country, Kenya. But you know, as Kenyans, we don't joke when it comes to spirituality. We even see we have Nephilim over here. You can see the type of divine feminine energy that we have is the one that has produced those Nephilims you're seeing in Kenya. So you can see the way our divine feminine energy here in Kenya is very on point, ready to save the world, because there is no man that can stand to compete against our Nephilims when it comes to military combation. So just know that us in Kenya here, we're very far away. We are moving forward when it comes to spirituality. And I hope that South Africans will also move forward when it comes to spirituality, because Nigerians are already forward. And know that the countries that were colonized by the British were colonized to be spiritually beat down. So if your country was colonized by the British, the French, they did not touch the spiritual prowess of their colony. That's why West Africa has a lot of spirituality in it still. But they wanted to tamper with Nigeria. That's why they handpicked Nigeria out of everybody. In the entire West Africa, the British only handpicked Nigeria. And then they came, they took British, they took Sudan, they took Kenya, going all the way to South Africa. The ones that the British took are the ones that are the most spiritually powerful. And if British were your colonizers, know that your job is to turn the spiritual nature of your entire bloodline upside down. Because the British were there to turn it upside down. So, please, kindly, let's get into it. You know what we're doing. Keep your rosaries being made. Some of you showed me your rosaries in the inbox. I love them so much. Some of them look so divine already because they're going to do some divine work. But let us respect each other. The African skeleton shows where certain parts of the body were powerfulized. Me, English, I will just use it. Were powerfulized. I'm sure that makes sense. So, a place like South Africa, the mouth was powerfulized in South Africa by one. Somewhere like Kenya, let me not even say those countries, let me say southern of Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, those countries that are in South Africa, the mouth was powerfulized by our ancestors. Now countries in East Africa, the eyes were powerfulized by our ancestors. And the countries in West Africa were the storage unit. That's why Nigeria has a lot. Nigeria, if you're watching me here, please be yourself and be confident in yourself and create. It is inspiring. Me personally, as a content creator, when I want to be inspired when it comes to content creation, I look to Nigeria. They don't get so much recognition in the world, but if you're spiritually awakened, you will see that nobody touches Nigeria when it comes to content creation in this particular country. Nobody, no country gets even close. to the type of work that Nigerians do. So if you want, as an African who is in diaspora, as an African who is in the continent, if you want a place to make you be excellent, Nigeria is waiting. That was the storage unit of our ancestors. And then northern of Africa, that was the new way into colonization. And these are things we will get deep into. But the war between South Africa and Nigeria is not the war between people. It is the war between the storage of Africa coming to be vocalized.